All right, we are back once again. Psychic Shari YouTube channel.
Hi, everybody.
We're here with Sherry Klein, and we've got a pretty good show for you tonight. I think we've got no mini reads today, but we do have an interview we did with yoga instructor Lexi Moore, expert in the field, has an actual yoga studio here in the Indianapolis area. Real expert, been doing this for years, highly trained. So we're going to talk about the spiritual aspect of yoga, something that I had no idea about.
I know.
I've been living in a freaking bubble for my,
I know.
I
That's
don't
so
know,
funny.
but so we're going to talk to Lexi. We're going to do a few alphabet messages today. That should be
Mhm.
fun. Sherry's going to provide some spiritual advice to everyone, whether you're watching it live right now or if you're watching it in the future, a recorded version of it. It works either way. So we're going to be doing that. And then finally, Sherry's going to be, like I know you're all here for, readings. Any of the viewers here that wants a reading, post your request in the chat section. Make sure you say you want a reading. I know a lot of people. It's assumed most people that are here want a reading, but if you want to just say hi, that's fine. We don't know whether you want a reading, and
Right.
we don't want to invade your privacy by assuming that. So just put in the chat. Just let us know if you'd like a reading today, and if you have a YouTube name, a username that doesn't have your first name included. It's just numbers and letters. In your chat session, let us know your first name. That way we can refer to you
Right.
as your first name. It sounds a little better than, you know, not even referring to you at all. So,
All right.
hey, you right there.
Yeah, that's so
Uh,
funny.
Sherry, how's your week go? Doing okay?
Yeah, pretty good. I do better in the summer. It's been super cold here, but at least the sun has been coming out, so that helps.
Yeah,
And
it's up to 18 right now, which is
it
a heat wave for us here
it
last night.
really kind of feels like it, doesn't it,
Yeah,
after it's
it's
been
kind
so
of
cold?
depressing. Yeah. And in the dead of winter, it's like you wake up and it's dark, 4:30, 5 o'clock. It's dark.
Yeah.
God, it's depressing as hell, but
I know, it makes me feel like it's bedtime at 6,
it's
or
just
my
not
kids make
good.
fun of me and Dave because we go to bed so
I
early.
know. But the days are getting longer now. It
Yeah,
past the 6 p.m. mark, I think, for sunset.
yeah, that's
So
good.
it'll get up to like 9:30, 10 o'clock almost at night before the sun sets
Yeah,
in the summer. So that's going to be nice.
mhm.
So before we get to Lexi's interview, let's hit the chat board here.
Yeah, we got a lot of
Anisha
people on
Sweet.
here
Yeah,
already.
yeah, good. So let's see what we got here. Gary for Grace. Hi, welcome back to the show.
Hi,
We've seen you
Gary.
before. Let us know if you want a message. Just throw something in the chat. Well, there you go. All right. I guess I should read ahead, but please asking Archangel Michael, Lord, oh Holy Spirit, to cancel all plans of the enemy done on me, financial blockage, any evil done on property and me.
Okay. Bobby and I were talking right before we went on the show, and I have had so many people call me, friends and even readings of people that have had a lot of spirit coming in and messing with stuff, and shutting their furnaces off, and their plumbing has froze, and opening their front doors. And I mean, these are not just like tapping you or knocking on the wall. It's like they're getting more aggressive. And
Yeah.
sounds like this is something that's going on with Gary here. Is Sounds like feeling like he's got some sort of a, I don't want to say a curse, but maybe feeling like something like that. And you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, Gary. I mean, raise your vibration, pray, put the white light of protection around you, because keep this in mind. Um, it Darkness bows down to the light. So if you're in a dark room and it's light outside, and if you open up the curtains, uh, the light will shine in, but the darkness won't. If your light is lit and it's dark out and you open the window, darkness, you don't see a thing of darkness come in. That's a
Yeah.
way to say I kind of got it backwards. But um, so yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, and in the end, the light always wins. So
Can you do like a prayer for him to ask Archangel Michael, or can he just
he just
ask?
did it.
Or okay, yeah,
Yeah,
he just
it's
did.
like you don't need a psychic or a middleman or anybody, or a priest, or a lot of people think that. I don't. Um, he just did it.
Okay,
So
yeah,
asking Archangel Michael himself.
yeah,
So they're not going to listen to me more than they are him. So
yeah. A little self-serve there,
yeah,
self-service. That's good. All right, Gary. Um, CJM Carrie, I believe her name is.
yeah.
Welcome
Hi,
back,
Carrie.
Kathy. Welcome back again.
Hi, Kathy.
Uh, Mystical Q. I can't remember the first name here. He would like a message. Mahala.
Okay.
Mahala.
Okay. I don't
Mahala.
remember that, but that's all right. I don't have to. All right. So let's get a message here just to see what we've got going on here.
Michaela, I think.
First thing that comes up is Spirit is showing me like your angels and your team is kind of lifting your chin up and saying, keep your head held high. In other words, how people, if they get sad or depressed, they kind of will look down, and they're just saying, keep looking up and look forward and be hopeful. They're just saying there's a lot of things coming that are going to really make you feel very hopeful. Life is tough a lot of times, and we just feel like we're flatlined. But they're just saying with her, just look up. It feels like a lot of good opportunities are getting ready to come from all different sources, and some are going to come. One in particular is going to come from an individual, uh, an opportunity that you would least expect, is what they're saying. As far as the timeline goes, it doesn't feel like it's all clustered in together. It just feels like it's going to be staggered coming up. So there's going to be forward movement and a lot of it. So that's the message for
Okay.
you.
All right. Good. Well, that's good news.
Hmm.
Kathy, I would like a reading, please.
Okay. Hi, Kathy. Let's see what we've got. Your spirit team is coming in, and they're asking you to give your mind a rest. It feels like the mind is always either worrying or thinking ahead. And your spirit team says, tell your mind it's on vacation for a little bit, and try not to worry. And when you do find yourself thinking about the future or worrying about something, instantly just think, oh, you know what? I've already put a lot of energy into it. The angels already know what I want. And that's the message for you, is they're saying you've already put it out there. Now act like you're at a restaurant. When you order food, you don't run back and ask the cook when he's going to bring it. You just assume that you're going to get what you ordered. So your team wants me to tell you that they hear your prayers, they hear what it is you're wanting to manifest, and they're working on it. And so they're saying just sit back and relax and enjoy the wait.
Oh, okay. Okay. Patience.
And that's easier said than done, I
It
know.
is. It is.
But
Yeah. Okay. From Carrie, would love to know if I will be returning to work or something new.
okay. I went to the first part of that where it says, "We'll return to work," and they show me you looking at a clock like tickety tock. It just keeps ticking and talking. Feels as if you might try to get another position or get something new, and it might be right there. And they're telling me that you might be able to have your choice of going back or getting something new, because it feels like they both might collide at the same time or come up at the same time. Um, Now, of course, you could not apply or work for something new, but they're just saying we'd like to see you throwing some lines out in the water. We see where you might try to get two different positions. Um, I'm waiting and waiting to see what's coming up, because they use the symbolism like you're fishing, and they say that if you wait, there could be a good new opportunity, a good new job coming up for you. And then you might want to balance the apples and the oranges to see which one, because a fresh start might be better than what you think. I know, trying to start a new job can be tough, um, or a new position. But they're just saying sometimes change is good. So that's what comes up for CJ.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope that helps. Um, Michelle. Hello, everyone. Sherry, Bob. Any messages from my loved ones in heaven? Prayers that everyone is doing well.
Okay. A lot of people will ask that for their questions from their loved ones in heaven. We have so many loved ones and angels and our spirit guides and our helpers and even our little critters on the other side. So I'd like to have a first name of someone who they would like a message from, or I could give you a message from your spirit guides, because they a lot of times will come in as a collective. So maybe she might want to do a follow up on that.
All right. Well, I think maybe just her spirit guides.
Okay, well, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, Irene. When they hear me say Irene, that's my girl from the other side. All right, let's see what we got for Michelle. Huh. Okay. I don't know if you're taking pictures down or putting them up. Okay, feels like you're putting up pictures. There might be where you're going to maybe start to redo things in your home. Uh, and it feels like you're putting up a picture or something, but it could be something that you've made or something that you've taken a picture of. It means a lot to you. So they're just showing me you might go through and start to tweak things in your home, and take down things that maybe don't have as much memory or emotion attached to it. And then you're going to find yourself putting things up that really mean things to you. And it's just going to raise the whole vibration of the place where you live. So that's the message that came through for Michelle.
Okay. Yeah, she did. Just wanted a message from her spirit guides. So,
Okay.
all right, good. So let's see what else we got here. Um,
I don't know how you can keep up. They go so fast. I can't
I
see.
know. New here. Welcome, Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow.
Okay. I
New
like all
subscriber.
those.
Love the new subscribers.
Yeah.
May I post a question, please? Absolutely, you
Mhm.
can. Um, let's see if I can. I have reading for me as well. Um, I'd like to know why I haven't been able to manifest my dreams, and what can I do to manifest them in love and my career.
Okay. One thing when people try to manifest, because that's how we roll on this world, is we're here to learn how to manifest what we want. And a lot of times people will manifest something like, "Oh, I want this. Yay. We'll say you want to get married." A lot of people will envision them on their wedding day, and everybody's excited and they're happy. Yay. But then it's as if it's almost unobtainable, because it's too happy. It's too, and they're not in a happy place. So their vibration is not matching. But if you wanted to envision being married, then envision lying in the bed with your spouse, and you look down, you've got a wedding ring on, and you can hear your spouse snoring. that's pretty obtainable. That's like an everyday, a normal thing after you maybe get married. So that's what they're saying. Take snapshots. Do a snapshot in your mind. So you want to know about your love. Um, Make it something simple where you and the future love of your life, um, that you're maybe sitting down eating dinner, um, or you're watching a movie. And same way with your career. What is it that you want? And then use your imagination and throw your consciousness into that career. Let's say you want to be a chef. Well, then throw your consciousness into, use your imagination like a child would, and just see yourself cooking something. And then the more that you do that, then it becomes normal. And then you will start to make unconscious decisions that will lead you to that, to that, whatever it is that you want. So,
Okay.
so that's kind of a long roundabout way, but I hope that made sense. It makes sense in my head, but and I know you were reading the board, so you have no idea what I was saying.
Yeah, I know. So,
So,
all right. Follow up from Gary. Blue lace agate bracelet for burning feet, or which crystal should I wear? Greenstone is a native stone used in New Zealand.
okay. All right, so let's see what we've got here. I like the first one. I'm not big on crystals, so I'm asking Irene. And we like the blue lace. We like that bracelet. Um, they're also now. I know that they're talking about wearing bracelets and stuff, but your spirit guides are saying um, maybe put some crystals under your bed, um, maybe under your mattress or by your feet. And that might help too. And you could even put the bracelet down there. It doesn't mean you have to wear it on your wrist.
I know
So,
there are different types of crystals. Is there one specifically for like the body?
well, I don't honestly know. And
Yeah,
funny you should ask because we're gonna have a lady on that is really big. Oh no, not crystal. She's into essential
essential
oils.
oils. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm sure there is. I am not familiar with a lot of the crystals and the modalities. Um,
Okay.
but they're, we like the burning feet and we like the crystals, but I'm kind of getting from the spirit guides is they're talking about go further down to the root of what is causing the burning feet. If it's the diabetes, then kind of course you can use the crystals, but go about it at different routes too on how to get the diabetes under control.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Gary, I hope that helped. We're pretty deep into this. Why don't we go ahead and get to our um, interview with Lexi? Jenny, I promise you, you are up next. Once we're done with this one, I think it's like a 9 or 10 minute. It's part one. We have two parts to
Okay.
this. Part two is next week. So we're going to run part one right now here. Our interview with Lexi Moore, acclaimed yoga instructor. She is a holistic occupational therapist, yoga teacher, and mind body healer who helps people reconnect with their innate capability to heal and thrive. She earned her undergraduate degree from St. Louis University and her doctorate in occupational therapy from the University of Indianapolis. She serves as the lead occupational therapist for a psychiatric long term care unit, a dementia care unit, and two additional long term care units supporting residents with complex medical and mental health needs. She's been teaching yoga for a number of years, and I'm skipping a lot of accolades.
I was going to say, boy,
I
she's
would
got a lot.
say she's really an expert in the field. So let's take a listen to Lexi, hear what she has to say about the spiritual side of yoga.
Yeah.
So, I go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. I'm retired, so I've got nothing else to do.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Every time I walk by one of the rooms there, they're doing yoga. a yoga class. So in my mind, yoga is about the body, you know, toning your muscles, stretching, various things like that. But it's really a lot more than that, from what I understand, is it not?
Oh my gosh, so much more, right? I mean, most of us in the Western culture start with yoga because of that physical practice. But once you dive into it and you get to the understanding of what it is, it's mind, body, spirit, the whole connection.
So you teach classes, yoga classes. How are yours different than just the physical part? Walk me through what your class would be like.
Yeah. So we always start with just quietness, right? Centering ourselves, grounding ourselves, becoming aware. So many people, right? Our minds go in so many different directions during the day. So
Mhm.
we're starting off by grounding and bringing back to the space. So focusing on our breath, on the sounds, the environment, what it feels like, all of that. And then we start to cultivate that breathing. There's so much research that even shows that just simply breathing calms our nervous system and allows us to really tap into our bodies and what our bodies have, right? That's when we can regulate our nervous system. We're able to have that opportunity to see what's happening. And so then once we calm that nervous system, then we add in that movement, because that movement, that fluidity, we're getting out of the mind. We're just moving with the breath and the body and creating a unison. Um, and because yoga literally means union. And so we're creating that union through these postures. And then once we've done those postures, then we settle down and we lay in Shavasana and then meditation. And that's where the magic happens, right? People want to quickly go through Shavasana and that last meditation, but that's when we hit that conscious state of total awareness, and our body and spirits and all of that have so many messages during that point.
Okay, okay. So, Sherry, do you have something?
Well, I was just going to say, does that open up does chakras and all of any chakra that's blocked? Does it take a certain pose or something to open up the third eye, let's say, or a certain one to open up the heart, or is it
Yeah.
a combination of all of it?
No, that's beautiful, Sherry. So, yeah, so what yoga does is it helps us realign the chakra system, and different poses align with different chakras, right? Root
Oh,
chakra can be a lot of seated meditation. Our root is literally grounded into the earth. We feel that grounding, right? Root chakra is safety, and feeling that groundedness is safety. Opening our heart chakra, back bends, throat chakra, communication, back bends, opening up, breathing. If we need to communicate, if we need to communicate less, closing off for folds, calming it down. Um, and with that, we balance out those chakras and create energy that can flow now both ways, up and down through the different chakras. And that's what the postures do. They allow the energy of it to move, right? Our whole world is moving, the tiny atoms everywhere. So movement's going to create that space that we need to feel that alignment.
yeah. That's amazing. Before we did this, Bobby had no idea that yoga
I
could be
really
spiritual and connect you. He just thought it was like an exercise.
No,
sure. I mean, that's all I've really been exposed to
for
at the
sure.
you know. But do you do those classes in a gym, or you have a studio
So I
for it?
teach at two yoga studios. One's called the Yoga Studio, and the other is opening soon called the Village. But I also have my own practice as well that I do with individuals in homes or virtually. Um, but it's in a studio. It's not necessarily in a gym. Um, because I think that also offers in your home, in a gym, um, or let me in a studio in your home, it offers a little bit more safety net than in a gym. It's loud and lights and all of that. So it's more of a physical practice, which isn't bad. You can still get there and still get the motions and learning. You got to start somewhere. But eventually you want, right? You're not like you want to get to that state where you have an environment that supports that ability to tap inside.
Yeah. So I know once you get into a meditative state, you're kind of in this realm here that taps into psychic abilities.
Yeah.
Uh, do you think this meditation, this yoga, enhances those abilities that people have?
100%. And you know what? There's science that even backs that too, right? Because yoga, again, is calming that nervous system. And when we can calm our minds and let go of that monkey mind, that's when we hear all those messages, right? That's when we hear our guides and higher levels speaking to us of what it is that they want of us, of others, of insights, and all of that. It's when we let go of that fear, that control, and open up to receive. And right. And yoga creates, like we talked about, opening the chakras, the energy, we're opening up to receive. And that's what it allows us to do.
Okay. Have
Yeah.
you had certain visions,
Yes.
spiritual visions? Really?
Yes. Yes, most definitely. Do you want me to share some?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, we love hearing stuff like this.
I think the most prominent one that again is coming up right now, and I think I've shared it with you, Shari, before, but it was I was doing a yoga flow in Mexico. I was pregnant with my daughter at the time,
Oh, wow.
and we were doing a yoga flow, and I remember just being in shavasana, and it was quite a long shavasana, um, which is very helpful to get those visions and those insights, and really tapping into that. And I just saw all my ancestors just surround me. It was quite beautiful. And they're like, "We've got you, Lexi. You're here to do motherhood differently than than your ancestors, than us."
Oh,
And
wow.
my mother and grandmother, who are both alive, their spirits were there as well, which is really, really cool because I've never experienced alive spirits come to me before. And they were here supporting me, carrying me, hugging me, surrounding me, giving me the confidence that will know what to do in the right steps. And so then I had that. And then as the retreat went on and we were doing more yoga, my mother and grandmother would come back and sit there and be with me in that meditative state just to reassure me, just be like, "It's okay." They'd even put their hand on my belly, on my baby, and it was just a very touching, beautiful, beautiful experience that I was able to receive.
Wow. That's super cool.
Mhm.
I'm just amazed that you could do yoga pregnant. I can't do yoga at all. I can't touch my toes or anything. And I try some of I have a little yoga deck and I'll put it down and try to do one. And my husband's like, "You don't look like that picture." Because I
That's
can't even
amazing.
hardly, but I tell you what, just after doing it for 10 minutes, I feel like a new person. And I
Mhm.
don't even do it very good.
Really?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't do it very often either. Don't misunderstand me.
No, but yeah, even just a couple flows a day, like that takes about 5 minutes, just opens our tissues, right? Not only energetically creating that space, our fascia is rehydrated from that movement, especially in the morning after sleeping and being still so long. That movement helps open us up and feel more free and open. And when we feel more free and open, right? The frequency that we're giving off to the world then is more of receiving, and we see more free and openness all around us and we receive more and more and more. So that's why it's so powerful to open up our bodies, and anybody can do it. I did it with clients that had dementia that didn't get out of bed, and we still did yoga. If you have your breath, you can do yoga anywhere. So
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't really need to sit in some sort of a lotus pose or anything. You can just sit on a chair, like
yes.
right now.
Yes,
Okay, so
100%.
it's more of a mind exercise than a
Yeah.
body exercise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Most definitely.
all right. Well, I stand corrected.
Yeah. It's funny as I was watching that because as we were doing that, I'm like, I'm going to start getting back to doing my yoga. I have not done one thing.
Yeah.
Have you tried any yoga?
No, I really haven't. I should. Maybe we should go to Lexi's studio
Yeah,
in
well,
Indianapolis.
we had talked about having her on and trying to do poses and have us do poses.
Oh, yeah.
That might be fun.
For who?
Yeah, not
For our
me.
viewers watching us, maybe.
Yeah.
So, all right, part 2 next week. So we'll finish that up with her next week. Let's
Okay,
get back to
dokie.
the boards. We promised Jenny. Hi, can I get a message from my spirit guides about my future?
Okay. First thing, it came through very quickly. Um, it's they're saying buckle your seatbelt because it feels like it's just really going to take off. I don't know if you feel like you've been walking in quicksand. Things aren't. So many times we think things aren't moving forward. They are. They just might not be moving as forward as fast as what we want. They're saying that yours, it's it's like they're showing me you're on a roller coaster and it stops and then it just takes off and then it kind of stops again and then it takes off. It comes in spurts. So they're saying when you do start to in the future, when you start to get some momentum behind you, um, when you're starting to really realize that, hey, I am manifesting what I want. Um, and then when it kind of slows down, they say, don't get discouraged, then just keep on focusing on what it is that you want. Um, we'll try to get a little more specific here. Um, they just show me you in a revolving door right now, so it just feels like you're going around in circles. But they say you are going to get clarity on what it is that you want to be doing. They're kind of pulling me into your career or a job. There is an aspect of you that wants to do something on your own, maybe own your own business or make things and sell them or be service to others. It just feels like you're not really cut out to work for other people. You would much rather work for yourself. So we see that kind of taking off more and more, and you spreading out further and further if you so choose to go down that route. But that's what comes up for you, Jennifer, or Jenny. I'm sorry.
Okay, hope that helps. Uh, Hi from Tracy, Joyce, and Lola. Well,
Oh,
welcome. Hope,
hi.
hope
Hi,
all are doing well.
Tracy, Joyce, and Lola.
Yeah, for those that missed last week's show, Lola is uh, Tracy's dog. So, and Sharon did a reading for that. So,
Yeah.
got a lot of good positive feedback
Yeah,
from
that
Lola.
was fun.
Yeah, sure was. I don't know if we did we do this already. Can I have a reading for me as well, please?
We did that.
We did. Okay.
Aren't
Um,
you proud of me? I remembered something, but I do remember that because it's all in capital letters.
oh, yeah, that's okay. Oh, wow, you got one.
I know. Yay. Cha-ching.
Aileen, welcome.
Hi,
Hello
Aileen.
back. Um, let's see what we got here. Um, Aileen, I do have a problem with coworker. What should I do to solve the problem?
First thing that Spirit showed is you kind of taking a step back. It feels like that this person is like a loose cannon. It doesn't take much to set this person off. And even if you don't say anything, we can pick up energy of other people. And feels like this person kind of wants to come in and kind of, you know, get under your skin. And the more that this person realizes that they're able to do that, the more they will. So your spirit team says just kind of take a step back and just observe this person. Um, almost try to without any emotion at all. And it's funny, they're saying it will kind of dissolve. They showed me like an Alka Seltzer tablet. When you put it in water, how it kind of just dissolves. Like it gets all bubbly, it's all crazied up now, but they're saying it'll dissolve. Just they say stand down or stay your distance.
Yeah. And you never know. Um, People present a certain facade against, with people, but you don't know really what's going on with them at home.
Right.
Firstly, what has
Mhm.
caused, maybe they're mean, maybe they're a mean person, maybe there's something really serious going on at home
Yeah.
that you don't
Yeah.
know about, you know.
Mhm. And so
Um,
many people think that it's them when half the time it has nothing to do with them.
yeah, yeah,
So,
right. So, okay, just a comment here from Flower. Past traumas have broken my visualization skills.
mhm.
Uh, that happens a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You have some trauma in the past.
Mhm.
You can't
That's why
really.
yeah, that's why people go back and, do inner child work, all kinds of, past life regressions or try to go back and therapy, whatever it is. But when you say it's broken, um, your spirit team says kind of watch your wording because you're putting it out to the universe like that's set in stone and you're never going to be able to visualize anything again because your spirit team says you can. Um, they're just saying there might be a little bit of work that needs to be done on that past trauma, but they want you to watch your wording when you say that you're broken and you can't visualize because they said um, if that wording is hard for you, they said, then try to change it and say it's your imagination. It's childlike imagination. We all have imagination, um, so they're saying kind of stick with that because they're saying you are. I just heard spirit say you will get past that. Um, it's going to be a lot of work because it feels like there's been several traumas and deep ones. Some run really, really down to the core. Um, it's not going to be solved overnight. They're just showing me like an onion, like, you're going to do a little bit of cleansing with the trauma. You're going to feel better. And then things are going to start to, bubble up again. Then here it comes. Then it feels like you're going to do some more work on trauma. They're talking about maybe one thing that you could do too is join a group of people of like mind, of people that have had some of the same similar traumas that you have. Sometimes it's good to just to talk to somebody and have something to, a soundboard, something to just somebody just to listen. So that's what they're talking about with you. But don't ever give up on dreaming, is what your team says.
Okay. Well, I hope that helps. Uh, Phoenix, I posted my question. It was after Flower Peacock. Yeah, I've been pouring through these comments. I don't see another post from Phoenix.
Maybe, well, have her redo it because remember, it was a couple of weeks ago, one of our viewers said that she posted a question and we never saw it. Remember that,
Okay. Yeah,
Kathy?
I think so. Yeah. So, Phoenix, if you would please post your
Ask your
question.
question, or
Yeah.
yeah, or if she just wants a read from her guides, whichever
Okay.
one.
Why don't you go ahead and give her a general reading from her guides? And Phoenix, if you have uh, a specific question, post that in the comments and we'll do a follow up.
Okay. Um, all right. One thing that they're saying is um, they just kind of show me where maybe she might be split between two things here. Um, and your spirit team is saying that not everything is black and white. Sometimes there's wiggle room. Sometimes there's the gray area. Sometimes it's just when you're in a indecision of what to do. Sometimes the best thing to do is nothing at all until you know that you know that you know, to where you get a feeling like, yeah, I should do this, or no, I shouldn't. So they're saying if you find yourself split, because they keep showing me her kind of split, and one eye goes one way and one goes the other. They say just kind of stand still and wait and ask your guides, ask your helpers, even if you don't know their name. They're saying ask and you shall receive, because then they say you're going to get some good hits because they drew me into your stomach area, and they're showing me that you're really intuitive and you have wonderful gut feelings. Um, it's a lot harder to read for yourself than it is for other people. So they're just saying patience and kind of sit back when you are on the fence about something, because sometimes we won't have to make a decision. Sometimes one of the decisions, one of the choices will just kind of fall away. So that's what comes up for Phoenix.
Okay. Well, I hope that helped. I know Phoenix, you mentioned it was um, before Aileen's, and I do not see it here. So if you do have a specific question, let me know. It may be our app, you know.
Yeah, I
We're
think sometimes it
not
gets a
seeing it.
glitch.
Yeah. All right. This is from Tracy. Can you and Irene help me find my little blue clay elephant?
Well, it's not this little green elephant right here that I'd like to show off. One of my friends gave this to me. It came from Africa. So
Oh,
maybe this little elephant can find yours. Now, with that, I'll see what I get, but I tell you, I get a lot of people that want me to find, oh, I've lost my wedding ring, I've lost this, I've lost that. And for some reason, that's very difficult for me to do, because I always tell them if I were going to find something, I'd find missing children. That's what I really started this for 20 years ago. I wanted to find missing children. Still have not been able to pan that out. But let's see what the guides say here. First thing that came up is they show me it buy a lot of essential oils. So if you have a lot of essential oils in your home, it feels as if it's somewhere in that vicinity, um, somewhere around that. That's about all I'm getting. They just showed me all the oils, and it feels like it's somewhere in there.
and the
Uh,
oils?
yeah, if she has a lot of essential oils setting out. Sometimes people have essential oils setting out and
Yeah.
not in in drawers. It looks like little essential oils, a whole bunch of them. I don't know if it's in the mix of that. It feels like there might be a lot of things in this room, a little bit of clutter or something. I don't know if it's on the ground by that or somewhere around there. So I'd kind of be curious to see if she finds it in the hanging
Yeah.
out with the essential oils.
Yeah. I know. Maybe you can get back to your true calling, finding
Yeah,
missing children.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I could if I could find one missing child in this lifetime, then I've done something.
Yeah.
Look at how that would change a life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, you've probably changed quite a few in your time just doing readings for people.
I have had people through the years make comments about certain things.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I think this comment from Gary: the unification of mind, body, and spirit to achieve self-realization, inner peace, and liberation from suffering.
okay.
Sound like yoga. Flower
Yeah.
Beauty is from India. Yoga is a spiritual, subtle science.
See?
Yeah, I know it. Howard tells you to leave me alone. Stop it.
Okay.
I'm not the only one that didn't know that about yoga. I swear. I mean, I can't be the only one.
No.
It's not an exercise. It's scary what's happening in the West with yoga, asana being changed. Yeah, yoga has it's it's been westernized over here. I think it's different.
Yeah.
Um, Amazing how fast yoga is spread all over the world. So yeah, it really has. Let's see what we got here. Debbie Castle, welcome back.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Bob and Sherry. What does my spirit team have for me for February?
Okay. All right. Let's see. Instantly, they showed me a heart. Of course, February is for uh, lovers, the Valentine's Day. Um, one thing that your spirit team is talking about is, especially like in your bedroom, if you are looking for a romantic partner, they're saying put twos of things in your home, like two candles in your bedroom, or like right here behind me. See how I have these two pictures, kind of things on the wall? They're kind of similar, but they're different. That's kind of what they're talking about with Debbie is putting twos, and that will attract. Um, I'm really drawn into the love life with Debbie, and that's what they're just saying. Feels like they're just thank you. They're showing me the heart again, and they're saying your heart is really going to open, not only in February but for several months to come, and you're really going to start to see people. With a lot more compassion than maybe, not that you didn't have compassion before, but they're just saying you're going to see people with a lot, feeling with a lot more compassion. Um, and you're going to find that people are going to, even if you don't say anything to them, that they're going to respond to you differently. You're going to find that people are starting to really be nice to you. Um, just even strangers, and you're going to think, oh, that's odd, but then it's just going to keep snowballing. Like your heart's going to expand, it's going to open, people are going to, it just keeps snowballing back and forth and back and forth. We love this year for you coming up, Debbie. A lot of changes, and your spirit team says you're due, you've waited long enough. So
Mm, sounds good.
mhm,
All right. We should all have that kind of a reading, huh?
yeah.
All right, Priscilla, may I ask you about my energies at the moment? What's my spirit's advice? Cheers from Rome.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to get a map. Put little pins.
I
We have to
do.
do
I,
that.
I have a map. I used to do my stuff in the other room, and I had a map, and I would put little pins all over. And now I've turned it into a Dr. Seuss room for the kids. But yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So, but that was just a map of the United States. So now
Oh,
I'll have to
yeah.
get one
You'd
of
have
the
to do a
world.
world. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's see what we've got for Priscilla. Okay. First thing that comes up with Priscilla is they kind of are throwing me into her chakras. Uh, and it feels like they're kind of off balance. I like the chakras to be kind of the same size. Doesn't matter what size. I kind of like a bowling ball size. I'm just seeing like in the stomach area, um, and maybe even in the heart, it feels like it might be a lot bigger than the others. So they're saying if you can do any kind of chakra work where you can kind of, I like to just take my hand like this and just kind of go like that. And then I go into the front, and then I keep going down. Try to get them going the same direction and um, the same size. That will help, because when one was too big or when one is too small, it kind of throws everything off. And I could hear Irene say, hey, maybe she could do yoga. It's so funny. We were talking about that balances it. So that might be something too that you could do. So that's what they're talking about with your energies. Let's see if there's anything else. One thing too they're showing me is it feels like, oh, you've got a monkey on your back. Like there's something that's really bugging you and bugging you and bugging you. And it feels like whatever this is, that they're just saying that um, it might not be yours to worry about. You know how sometimes we'll worry about things almost like in a loop over and over. They just keep saying that there's something here that you keep worrying about. It's pestering you over and over. And they're just saying that um, it can't be changed. So, and it's out of your control. The only thing you can control is how you react to it. So that's the message for her. Now, keep in mind, sometimes when spirit shows me things, I can't tell if it's happening right now or if it's just getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
That's a wiggly room. So sometimes people, I'll say something, they'll be like, oh, that doesn't really resonate. And then they'll come back and they'll say, oh, well, it did. And I'm not saying I'm always 100% accurate, because it is like playing charades a lot of times with spirit, but just kind of wanted to throw that out there too. So.
Okay. Good. Hope that helps. For Maria. Maria, hey, welcome back.
Hi, Maria.
We haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah.
Phoebe, can you see my messages?
Yeah.
It was before Aileen's. Yeah, I mean, okay, I see a message down here. Do you see me getting the housing voucher from the Canva organization?
Let's see what we got. It came through a very high probability. It came through a check mark very quick. Not that you'll get it in a timely fashion, because it felt like
Okay.
somebody might be dragging their feet. But the outcome they showed me, it's a more probable yes than a no. Oh, and she says, if so, when? Okay,
Right.
so that's why they came back and said it's like pulling teeth, almost dragging their feet. You have to stay persistent. What's the squeaky wheel gets the grease. I always say the squeaky wheel gets the oil, and Bobby corrects me every time. So yeah, they're just saying have patience, but keep kind of, it's almost like you have to keep pestering or trying and trying and trying. So.
Okay. She says, thank you. I've received that download lately. You're spot on. That reading pertained to the path of me moving, relocating. That's the two paths you were referring to. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Let's
All right. Well, thanks for the confirmation.
yeah. Let's get back up here to Marie. Wondering how many pounds you see me losing until June.
Okay, Maria, let's see what we've got going on here.
By the way, she wants to lose 40.
Okay. So do I. Welcome to my world. Okay. So let's see, Maria. One thing that they show me with you, Maria, is you start out a good college try and you do very well, but it's like you restrict yourself too much. And then you just give up, like if you cheat or something, like I would eat a brownie or something. And then it's like you think, oh, well, because it feels like you lose weight and then you gain weight and then you lose weight. And so they're saying baby steps. Don't focus so much on the pounds. Um, they're just saying, even if you lose 5 pounds, you would feel better. I mean, most people can tell if they've shed a couple of pounds. So they're just saying, focus. Thank you, Irene. She says, tell her just to focus on eating healthy. Everything you
Mhm.
put in your mouth, ask yourself, is this my friend? Is this
Yeah.
good for my body, or is it not my friend?
Right.
So it's
And
hard.
yeah, I know. And, it's one of those things where the hardest time is the first time, the first few weeks,
Yeah.
because you don't, if you do it right, you'll see some progress. You'll lose some weight. You'll feel better. And that gives you the motivation to keep going until you get that first, like, stand on the scales and see it's less,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Well,
hard.
and that's like with anything, they say it takes 21 days to change a
Yeah.
mindset. That's like if you're a smoker, or anything you want to try to change.
Yeah.
And put
Yeah.
one thing too that's coming in from spirit. They're saying put a picture of, if you have a picture of you when you were thinner, stick it up on your fridge. So every
Ah,
time you want to
yeah.
go in there and grab you something, and then you'll think, oh, I can enjoy something for, how long does it take you to eat something? 10 seconds. Or I can, So that's what they're saying. It's
Yeah.
a visual with her too. So
Yeah. Also wondering about her love life. Will I find someone new in 2026? How will he be like?
okay, so let's see what we've got going on here. One thing that is coming through from your spirit team is they're saying raise the bar a little higher, because they kind of showed me like where you've got the bar kind of lower, like, and they don't want you to settle. Not that you have to wait and wait for Mr. Perfect and they can't do anything wrong, or but they're just saying step outside of the box and start looking at individuals that you might not think you're attracted to. Sometimes an example would be, a guy only dates blondes, or I only date brunettes. You know how people will get in that box. It's kind of like what they're saying with her is kind of step outside of the box and try different, try dating different people. And sometimes we don't always have to wait for them to ask us out. You could ask someone out if you find somebody that you think, hey, I'd like to have lunch or coffee or
It doesn't
whatever.
have to go anywhere. You just,
Right.
if it doesn't work out, you just had a, nice time with a friend, right?
Yeah. So that's what they're saying. So when you're asking about the love of your life and when will you find someone new in 2026, um, another thing that comes up too is they're saying you have to make an effort. You can't say, "Oh, I want to meet somebody," and then never do anything to get out and meet somebody or go places. It's going to be a lot harder if you do that.
Yeah.
So that's what they're saying is, um, yeah, just go out and just have fun and be comfortable being alone. And you'll find that when you're comfortable being alone and that you don't feel like you need somebody to complete you, that's when somebody's going to come around. So,
Yeah. Marie's from Norway. Put another pin in your world map.
okay.
We're going to have a lot of them in there.
Mm-hmm.
Gary, any message from heaven? I don't, we've done Gary before earlier, but I think this is a new message.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's see what we've got going on here. One thing, they're kind of just throwing me into where you live, and it feels really protected. I'm seeing a beautiful violet color in where you live, wherever it is, whether you live in a home or if you live in a one room, it doesn't matter. Wherever you live, I'm seeing a beautiful violet color. And when I see that, that's a beautiful connection is with God and the angels. And I'm seeing it all around your home. And it reminds me of before I do readings, I always I put the white light all around me, the room, the house, the land. But that's what I'm seeing with you. Your spirit team wants me to tell you, and the message from the angels is that you're very well protected. So that's what comes in for Gary.
Hmm. Okay, good. Back from Tracy and her missing elephant. Excellent. That's the healing room with all the
Oh,
essential oils in it, and it's cluttered right now. So, thank you. We'll search for it in there.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
thanks
So,
for the.
let us know if you find it in there. That
Yeah.
interesting. Uh, Debbie Castle, I have released all old energies that I needed to. Nothing lingering that I am not aware of.
Yeah. Um, there's always going to be things that come up, Debbie. Um, it's like your higher self, and I mean, not only just with you, but like with everybody, when it does the clearing work, it almost feels like it's, there's never a finish line. Um, so you will find that your higher self and your spirit guides will only kind of put on you what you can handle at the time. they're not going to put every single thing on you. It would just be too overwhelming. So then you put a little bit on yourself and you clear it. You feel good. It's just literally like an onion, the layers of an onion. And we see where it's clear a little bit, and then you'll be skipping and singing. And then when you feel like energy's, starting to creep up, or things from the past start to bother you, then you got a little bit more clearing to do. And as this happens, you will also find, as time goes on, that you will find different ways to clear energy. There's not just one way. There's a lot of different ways. And so you're going to really kind of get into that. And it's going to be a wonderful journey. We would suggest that you write notes down. And you don't have to, write a whole book every night. But especially if something happens and with your emotions, and you can say, I'm having a horrible day today, but, I did this and that. And then the next day you might think, wow, I feel like $1,000,000. So they're just saying kind of write it down, because it feels like, of course, you're going to forget a lot of it, but they're also saying that you'll be able to help a lot of other people too. Give them, tips on, hey, this is what I did to kind of clear some energy, old stuff, because they're saying people will listen to you and you love to help people. So that's what comes up for Debbie.
Okay. Well, good news for her.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Shari from Assis. Can I please ask for any insight around my energy and what you feel around me, particularly with family and my own truth?
Okay. First thing that they showed me is when a train comes, how that bar comes down. They kind of showed me that coming down in front of him. And it's like you've started to draw the line in the sand. You're kind of teaching people how to treat you. And they said you're starting, all right, I'm not going to say that. You're
What?
I'm not going to.
You better say it now. You're going to have to
No.
say it.
Well, Irene said you're kind of starting to grow some balls now. She likes to cuss too. But it's like you're starting to dance to your own drum, and you're going to start to where you don't care what people think about you. You might have taken a back seat before, and you might have kind of followed suit, like what you think people, like how you think you should act or whatever it is you want to do. They're saying you're stepping out into your own, and you're going to be you, and people can take it or leave it. And a funny thing will happen. It's like you're going to attract more and more people, because the more authentic you become, people pick that up. People know when, maybe not on a conscious level, but an unconscious level, people know when people are faking it or when people aren't genuine. But they also know when they are. And this is what we see really coming through. The energy is, you're really starting to stand in your power. So.
Okay. Another from Assis. Can I please ask if you see any healing about myself and a previous person named Robert? Just want to feel clear and healing around it and what is going on with him and I.
Okay. So let's kind of break this down here. Asked if you see any healing about myself. Okay. I hear your spirit team say all you have to do is ask, and there's healing that comes in. Ask at night, and I will do this a lot too. Ask at night to be taken to the healing chamber. Your guides can take you there, and we can go there, and while we're sleeping, I guess we're going to say the soul can go there, and a lot of healing can be done on a physical level, an emotional level, and it feels like a lot of it needs to be on an emotional level. It says healing myself and a previous person named Robert. Okay. Whenever you think of Robert, there is a thing that comes up now, and they're talking about the Ho'oponopono prayer. You can get on YouTube. It's Dr. Hugh Len, and they're just saying, send him love and light. And the last part of that, what came up when you said, what's going on with him and I? When we were talking earlier, and we said sometimes when people think, oh, something's wrong, it could be something going on with him and maybe not necessarily with you. That's kind of what the first thing that came up is that there's things maybe going on with him that might not even pertain to you, but he might take it out on you, or there might be some friction between you and him, but it feels like it might not have, it might be you pushing some of his buttons kind of too. It's coming up. Sometimes people will mirror to us what we need to work on. And he could be pulling up some past trauma, maybe even from childhood. And you might be, Irene says, bringing the best out in him. Sometimes when we get together with somebody, we'll pick on an unconscious level somebody who will kind of push our buttons to get us to do some of that healing work. And again, a lot of this is on an unconscious level. So I know it's kind of pieced up, but there was a lot of questions, a lot of movement in that question. So that's what comes up for you.
Yeah, hope that helps. Cordelia Bozeman. Good morning. I'm from South Africa. Another pin in the map.
Yeah.
Can you tell me if I'm on track with my spirit team? Please, I would appreciate it very much.
Okay. One thing that comes through very quickly is that we do like that you're on track, but we feel like that you're wanting to skip grades, so to speak. You can't go from kindergarten and then go to the 10th grade. They're saying it feels like you're bringing in maybe too many guides or trying to work with too many at one time. They kind of want you to go back to square one, and not that you have to stay at square one for a long time, but they're saying work with one guide and really get to know them, know how they make you feel and their presence. And then they said, kind of work with the other. We see at least 4 that you're going to be able to really work with nicely. And of course, there's going to be guides that come in and out as needed. We all have our basic tribe, so to speak, that's with us our entire life. Every time I say that, Irene goes, whether we want to be or not. But we have our own guides, and then we will have ones that will come and go as needed. But we're talking about your spirit team that's with you all the time. And they're saying kind of slow it down a little bit, and don't get discouraged. So many times when people do the spiritual work, they'll get these ahas and these epiphanies, and it's awesome, and then you're just going, and then it dries up a little bit. And then you're like, uh-oh, what happened? Now I feel like I've taken 2 steps back. And they're saying, don't panic when that happens. That's the way it's supposed to go. So that is the question or the answer for Cordelia.
Cordelia, yeah. This comment here, I'm not exactly sure what the thought here. I'm not getting columns. Maybe chat columns. I'm not sure what. Randy, let us know what you mean by that. A little more detail.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll follow up from Marie. Yes, good point. Okay. Jai L, just waving hi. Hi.
Okay. Hi.
Jai L. If you want a reading, just let us know in the comments section. We don't want to assume anything and invade your privacy. So let us know if you're looking for a reading. Maria, oh my God, yes. Her dating, I only date dark-haired men with brown eyes. So
Okay.
that you put yourself in a little box
Yeah,
there.
there you go, Maria. And they said, step outside of that box.
She's very much lonely. I rarely go out. I think those two are connected somehow.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
know what? It is amazes me, and I get this way too. Like how many people are lonely, and think about it. Look at all of the millions and millions of people in the world, and you think, how could anybody be lonely? But there are so many people who are lonely, and it's sad. That's the probably the feeling that I hate the worst is the sense of loneliness, and it almost ties in with like abandonment, you know. And so you just kind of have to really push yourself out and throw yourself into arenas that make you feel uncomfortable, strike
yeah,
up conversations with people.
yeah, I know. I mean, I think we've all been there before,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
certain points in time, um, and just don't set your sight for the love of your life. Just go out
Right.
and like interact with people, and enjoy some company of people that, man, you never. I mean, you're not going to marry them, but you just, have fun,
Yeah.
relax, go out drinking with your
Oh, there
buddies,
you go.
whatever,
That'll break the ice.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be like a guy, you know. Just go out with the girls.
Yeah.
You
And you
know?
know what, too? And I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but spirits, of course, I'm going to talk about it. Is when I kind of look around, of course, everybody's different. And, but if you really look, there is an aspect of you in everybody. Have you ever done that?
No,
Like,
I've
try
never
it.
done.
I'll go to the grocery store or something, and I can look at somebody, and there's an aspect of them that's in me.
Really?
And yeah, it's kind of cool. You should try that.
Hmm.
And you're like, well, what do you mean an aspect? The more you do it, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Bobby's like, okay,
All
here
right.
we go.
All right.
She's gonna be talking about talking to trees and crystals and
Yeah.
rocks.
All right. All right. Back to Phoenix. There's an apartment, the Amsterdam apartments that I really want, but not sure if the voucher will be in place. We talked about the voucher
Okay.
in time for me to get that specific voucher. I think you mentioned voucher's going to be approved, but it's going to just take
Yeah.
forever.
And I got to tell you,
Um,
there's something about that Amsterdam apartment. I don't know if this is a hot spot where a lot of people want to go, or it just feels like it's going to be hard for her to get in there. Not impossible, but it just feels hard for her to get in there.
okay. Seems like the organization's a bit disorganized, lost their paperwork. So see why
Yeah.
you can be persistent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why they
exactly.
said keep doing it because they might lose it again. I'd make copies of it before you send it off.
Yeah. All right, Marie. She's looking for a new job. Do you know when she'll get that?
Okay. Okay, I'm asking Spirit. I'm not really getting anything right now. Irene, help me. Let's see what I got here. Um, okay. I don't know if you kind of how do we say this? I don't know if you're kind of like not really giving it a good college try and getting out there and putting in a lot of applications. It just feels like you don't have a lot of momentum behind you. It feels like uh, there's some kind of an aspect of you that doesn't want a new job, that's scared of change. So
Hmm,
it feels like not all of your energy is focused on, I'm getting a new job, regardless. It feels like you're almost a little split. So
really?
you'll get a new job when you put your mind to it and you think, you know what, I am getting a new job, period. And then you will stop at nothing to get it. But until then, it just feels like there's not enough momentum behind you, not enough energy in that direction.
Okay. Sometimes, something bad happens at work and you think, God damn, I got to get out of this place. I want a new job. But then when you think back, it's, grass greener,
I
it's
tell you
not
what,
always greener on the other side.
no, and I tell you, of course, everybody knows I've cleaned houses for almost 40 years. And back, 30 years ago, I used to get up and think, if I have to clean one more toilet, I'm gonna kill myself, you know? And
Yeah.
I would go in there and I'd hate it, but then I thought, you know what? I can make this easy or I can make it rough because I'm making a pretty good living here. I got to figure this out. I love my job now. I go in there. I've even done readings while I'm cleaning somebody's house.
Really?
um, oh yeah, it's a little more difficult, and I do it. I make sure that nobody's home. Um, but I go in there and listen to podcasts, or I go in there and talk with Irene, and I do all kind. I love
Hmm.
it, and it's like I get exercise, not the kind I want, but it's a lot of physical work. So
Yeah,
it's
it
all
is.
in the mindset. If you think you're happy, you're happy.
That's
So,
true. That's true.
mhm.
Okay. And the part you mentioned for my spirit guides is a little feedback here. It's true. I do feel very intuitive, but have trouble reading for myself. I actually have a friend that was having a housing issue. I prayed for her. She got the apartment in the time frame I told her. So
Very good.
little little psychic
Yeah. So, yeah, like we
going
said, she
there.
got that very good intuition.
Yeah. Um,
And there's a reason why it's harder to read yourself. And it's hard for me to read myself or even my family members a lot of time because it cheats us up the journey. It wouldn't
that's
be any
true.
fun if I knew everything. I mean, you think it'd be fun, but it really wouldn't.
True. That's true.
So,
Well, I'd like to know the end result. That way, I could enjoy the ride there, knowing it's going to pay off.
yeah, I like the winning lottery numbers sometimes, but that doesn't pan
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I want to know that I'm going to win the lottery in 5 years. So the next 5 years, I'm not going to
Stress over
sweat.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a little follow up from Assis. Wow. Yes, what you said about Robert makes it so much clearer. We were mirrors in trauma, and I made the choice to heal it and move on. Draw the line with him too, but I would feel his anger.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
So thanks for the confirmation.
Okay, question from Randy. Will I be playing the drum set again?
Okay, so let's see what we've got going on here. I do hear the drums, but it feels like that. I don't know if you played drums on a full time basis. It does not feel like you're going to play them on a full time basis. Maybe sporadically, a little here, a little there, or maybe once a week. It just doesn't feel like you're going to play the drums as much as you used to. And we also see a different type of drum too. So I don't know if the drums are in a band, it feels like that, but it also feels like you might be doing a little bit of shamanic drumming too.
Shamanic drumming. What is that?
Um, it's, um, well, Bobby, you really need, I'm going to,
Yeah,
but we're going to have a shaman come on and talk about drumming.
I
Um,
guess.
yeah, it's a wonderful
Howard
way.
said not to pick on me.
Oh yeah,
Now
that's
stop
right.
it.
Okay, sorry. But yeah, it's a drumming. It's a repetitive doom, 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 like that gets you in a meditative state. It's not like
Ah,
drumming like you're a drummer in a band. It's for a different purpose, kind of. And we kind of see both of
okay.
those for Randy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, little. We're not going to say full time. We're just going to say a little here, a little there. So
Well,
that's
that's
the
good.
message for Randy.
Yeah. All right, from Kathy. I've been smudging and trying not to keep negativity away from me. How is that going to work for me?
Okay. We like your intention, but we also see where you keep second guessing yourself to see if it's working or not. And when you do that, like, oh, I don't know if this is working, or it was the negativity, then it feels like it takes you back to square one. They kind of show me a Monopoly game, like, oh, here she goes. She's back to square one. Didn't pass go. So work on however you do your sage and smudge. So many people are like, well, I don't know how to do it right. It's your intention. So again, when you feel like any kind of negativity is creeping in, or if your thoughts start to get a little negative, everybody's does, you don't, of course you can feel it, but you don't have to wallow around in it, and just think of something that makes you happy or smile. And when you think, if you think, oh, somebody's got a curse on me, and we're not saying that that's what you're thinking, Kathy, but I do have people that call me about that. If you think that, then any little thing that goes wrong, you're going to think, oh, they've got a curse on me, that, and it gives it almost more power. So they're just saying, don't give the negativity power. And you said, how is that going to work for me? It's going to work great for you if you believe that what you're doing is clearing your energy and your energetic field. Then it's going to work great. You have to trust.
Okay. From Low. Hello, everyone. Shari, I had a crazy or a scary dream of that demonic being named Baal. Baal? It said its name to me while I talked to a tree in the dream. It felt real, but I don't know why this happened. Please help why it happened. I never heard of that name till I Googled it, but I believe in Christ.
Okay. So put the first part of that up, will you, Bobby? Yeah. Okay. So a scary dream. Okay. I'm asking Spirit. Okay. One thing that your spirit team is saying is pay very close attention to the emotions in the dream, because there is a part of you. Again, if we believe in something, we give it gives it more power. But sometimes dreams aren't always, sometimes they can just be emotions that have been stuffed down that kind of come up and bleed out in your dreams. Or it can be events or things that you have seen or read that your mind kind of categorizes them or puts them in a file cabinet, so to speak, when you're sleeping. So dreams can mean a lot of different things, and they can even be premonitions. Now, we're not saying that you have a demonic energy around you, because we're not seeing it. Again, raise your vibration, because there are things to be scared of in this world. There are things that aren't from this realm that can bleed through. But what you do is you raise your vibration. When you raise your vibration, if something truly is demonic or negative, it's not going to want to be around you. It likes to be around, like attracts like. Birds of a feather flock together. So it wants to latch onto somebody that's really going to give it more energy,
And fear is a low vibration energy.
Right. And so right there, don't get too tripped up and freak yourself out and get into the fear mode, because you're gonna, we can create and kind of, gosh, I don't want to eat up too much time, but as a collective, sometimes we can create monsters and demons, all of these old folk things, as a collective, and if enough people believe in it, it manifests. And so that's what they're saying is watch your thoughts, raise your vibration, because if it is something that's trying to come through in your dreams that is of the darker nature, it's not going to want to hang around you if you raise your vibration and say prayers every night. So,
but to be clear, you don't see anything around him, or
Um,
his spirit guides don't see anything.
no, they're not really taking me down that way. I'm not seeing where, I don't want to say where it's nothing more than a dream, but it feels like that it's things that are in him that might be bleeding through the emotions coming through.
Okay.
So that's just what we're picking up on. So
Okay. Well, that's good to know for low then.
yeah, and let me tell you, and not to scare people, but I'm sure a lot of people know there are things to be scared of.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there are things that come in your house and they can do things in your house. I mean, we were raised in a haunted house. We know how this game's played. Ours weren't real demonic. Ours were more, just our ghost in our house were kind of just more screwing with us. um,
Yeah.
but some of them can wreak havoc.
Yeah. I know. All right, Jael, I'm ready to embrace mediumship again. Am I connecting in a profound way this time? It feels like it's all in my head this time around. I've gotten rusty. Any pointers? Anything for her?
In this, um, in this, we cut out a minute.
Yeah.
In this spiritual journey, a lot of times, you'll feel like you're moving forward, and then it's nothing. Sometimes that's why Irene will say, "Oh yeah, whether we want to be or not." I have fired Irene so many times, throughout the years, and but it's because I'm like, I can't even hear you. Are you here? So that's just the way it is, and a part of the mediumship. And when you say it feels like it's all in your head, it's going to feel like it's all in your head. What's going to help you is when you start to get confirmation from other people, or from yourself. You can say your spirit guides, in the morning, say, um, show me, tell them to show you a flash of a picture, or however you get your messages, or a little movie of how the day's going to be. Or, and then go throughout your day and then go back and revisit the little message that you got in the morning. So you're going to have to work with them that way. I work with my girl Irene. So if you're working with a guide, which I'm sure you probably are going to, you have to know how they're going to give you the messages. It's like a new friend. You got to start, having a dialogue with them. They're not going to tell you, you tell them what you want. People think it's always the other way around, like they're going to tell them. No, they want you, you take control. You tell them. Like I tell Irene, when you show me a fire truck, I want it to mean help is on the way. So that's what they're saying. Practice makes perfect, and keep at it. You got to keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. And again, you're not going to switch grades. You're not going to go from kindergarten to the 10th grade. It's a slow process, but the longer you do it, the more you're going to learn. And then the more that you'll know that you know.
Yeah.
So
Just get better with repetition.
mhm.
Anytime you do something over and over again, you're going to get better at it.
Yeah.
From Phoenix, it's a beautiful apartment, brand new building, has a fitness center, music studio. We're talking about her voucher here.
Yeah.
Is there a time frame coming up for when I may get the voucher? Now, I know you mentioned it's hard for you to judge time frames.
Yeah.
Um,
I got to tell you, it seems like it might be a couple of months out.
okay.
And
Well,
just like we said, it feels like that place is the it place where people want to be. It sounds like it is.
yeah.
Um,
I want to be there.
yeah. And so it's kind of, like pulling teeth trying to get in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So you
Um,
can't, I mean, it's a couple of months, but you
I got
don't.
to tell you what came up. I almost hate to say this, is May is the first thing I saw.
No,
That's
really.
quite a ways out, like 5 months.
Yeah. Oh, well, hopefully, long as she gets in there, Sounds like this apartment would be worth the wait.
Right.
Everything in
But
there.
I can also hear spirit say, come up with plan B too. Because it's not the only nice place in a nice apartment to live. That way, if it happens to where you don't get in there, at least you would have plan B. If you don't need plan B, that's great. But
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I hope that helped. Randy, the drums guy, yes, playing African djembe.
I,
Djembe.
I don't know how to sound out words. Yeah, I'm no help. Um, so that sounds to me like that would be more of the shamanic kind of drumming
Oh,
instead of the
it could be. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So we're at 1.5 hours. Let's go ahead and forego the alphabet messages for
Okay.
this week so we can get as many of the live readings in as we can in the
Okay.
time we have left. Am I too late to ask for a reading for my mom, her illness, breast cancer, Parkinson's, osteoporosis?
I need the mother's first name.
Okay. So, Sandina, if you want to type in the mother's first name, otherwise, we'll get to your alternate question here. She had a dream about meeting her soulmate, future life partner, and he had been waiting for me for a very, very long time. What was it, just a dream, or was there something to it?
Okay. First thing that came through from spirit, they say there is a little something to this. Um,
Wow.
and yeah, and I don't like to say soulmate. So many people say, "Oh, is this my soulmate?" Then it makes people feel like they're not whole without another person. Um, but with this, the first thing that came up is we do like. Remember how we said some dreams can be premonitions, and some dreams are just the emotions. This feels like it's swaying more towards the premonition. Like this could be a very probable timeline coming up for her.
Really? Hmm.
Uh-huh. Sometimes people who have had lifetime after lifetime after lifetime together, they are connected. And when they first meet people, sometimes they can even, the energies can connect before they actually physically meet. I know that sounds crazy, but that's kind of what I'm picking up here with this.
Yeah. Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I think there are sometimes some people you meet and you're just so comfortable with them. I mean, you had to have known them, you know,
mhm,
past life. You just kind of
yeah.
have to. So,
Or some people that you meet and you don't care for at all instantly with no reason or rhyme, those could be people from a past life too.
oh yeah, yeah. Okay, Sandina. Her first name is Fumi,
Okay.
I
Uh,
think.
I don't know if I can see the words. That's good enough. Let's see what we've got going on here. One thing that they're saying is they just show me she wants somebody to hold her hand. Sometimes people, might get angry when they have a lot of health issues and don't want people touching them. With your mother, it feels like she's very comforted with having someone hold her hand. Of course, she's scared, but we do see where she does kind of come in and out. Um, and you might find where she's starting to get really intuitive. Sometimes she'll just know things. Um, Even though we know you said she has Parkinson's, she has, I don't even know what all they said.
Cancer, um, Parkinson's, cancer,
Yeah.
breast cancer, osteoporosis.
Okay. Yeah. She's going to start to get really intuitive and she wants a big support team around her. And I know that sounds like everybody would want that, but not everybody wants that. If some people like to kind of isolate themselves when they're sick, but it feels like with your mother, the more the merrier. So that would help her more than
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, we'll send out
Some
all our
prayers.
prayers to Sandina and her mother.
Yeah.
So everybody watching the show live or in the future, if you can do that, I'm sure raise the vibrations.
Yeah. I mean, nobody wants to watch their mother get sick, or any loved one. And it's hard. We watched our parents, get sick, and it's like sometimes I don't want to say it's harder on the people watching them than the people having it, but I mean, it's rough
Yeah,
either
it
either
is.
way.
Yeah. Hmm.
So we're sorry.
Yeah. Hi, Sherry. May I have a reading, please? Marcella.
Okay. All right. Boy, they instantly showed me your fingers like typing. You may not be typing, but it's like spirit wants you to write something down. There's something inside of you that needs to come out. I don't know if this is actually a little book. I don't, but they're just saying something needs to come out. And a lot of people will journal to get to make them feel better, get emotions out, but they just, whatever it is, they're just saying when you feel like you want to write something down, make sure you carve out a time in your day to write things down, because when you do, they're saying it's going to benefit you. It'll be beneficial for you in the future. So that's what they come up
Really?
for.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Um, Cordelia, I've tried to work on my communication with my guides, and I have dice. Are they a good way to communicate?
Actually, yeah, it kind of is. We do like that. We love the creativity of that. And I'm asking spirit, and they said yes. And it's beautiful, but surely you have said, okay, if I see a 6, then it means this. If I see a 5, that this. Um, so yeah, they're saying if you haven't done that, I'm sure you have. And we love that. And then you can even say, this is yes and this is no. Start out with yes and no questions. Those are going to be the easiest. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
uh-huh.
And ask a question where you know the answer, and so you know say one if it's this, two or if it's this, and
Yeah.
you already know it's two. But I might try that next time we're playing Yahtzee.
Yeah, I do. Um, yeah. So we love dice because we were raised in well,
Gambling household.
yeah, we don't play games for fun. We
No,
play for blood and money.
and
Uh,
money. Yeah,
yeah.
we play Yahtzee, not for fun, for money.
Oh no, it's not. Um, it is fun.
Cutthroat. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it is. It is.
Um, but yeah, that's really creative. That's great. I have not heard that. I kind of reminds me. I've heard of people that use bubble wrap. People use all kinds
Mm-mm.
of things to try
Yeah.
to communicate with their
Wow.
guides. I don't know, but stick with the dice, and you will find that eventually you won't need them. You won't need the dice.
Hmm. Good. Just wanted to throw this up here. Sandia prayers and love for your mom.
Oh, that's sweet,
So,
Gary.
yeah. Um, let's see what we got here. Lily, hi there. Thanks, Sherry, for this beautiful space for spiritual wisdom. You're welcome. May I please ask for past life insights about my path right now and what I'm evolving into for my highest good?
Okay. I don't normally work with past lives, um, but we can work with the path right now. So let's see what I'm getting here. Um, we love the way that you love to help people. and they're showing me you're dancing to your own drum, because there are a lot of different ways to help people. Yours feels like it is on a more of a spiritual side instead of like a nurse or a doctor. It's more of the intuitive side or the healing, something of that. But they're showing me that you're going to put your own twist to it. You're not going to be a cookie cutter, and that you like to do things differently. You're going to get really good at hearing what people are saying to you, even though they won't say it. That doesn't make sense. Irene, give it to me a different way. Like people may say one thing, but they might really mean something else, and you're going to know it. You're going to be able to read between the lines, is what they're saying. And this is all in like a healing modality. You're really good at hearing people and then bringing in words from spirit or from their guides and then helping them. So that's what we see coming up for her, if she's not already doing that.
Yeah. Thank you. Shari, have just recently started writing down my feelings. Interesting how you picked that up. I like it when we have readings here that you get confirmation
Yeah, I do too.
immediately right here in the show. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, people can watch this show and you're given readings, and the question here is, I mean, does she really know what she's talking about? You know, she just could be
Mm-hmm.
just saying anything. It's nice to see some of this feedback that we get immediately,
Yeah,
which
thank
is
you for
good.
that.
Good
I
to
do
know.
appreciate
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Quick question for here. Will R come to visit? I'm not sure who R is, but
Okay. I thought she was saying, "Am I going to come to visit?" I'm like, "What? I don't even know."
no.
Yeah, okay.
Well, R, she didn't want to give the full name.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Um, let's. Sometimes spirit will show me something like a coin that's still up in the air, kind of twirling around, as if it's not quite decided. Um, we're not seeing him visit soon. Let's put it that way. Um, if he were to visit, it would be further down the road. We see like where there might be. They keep showing me like Skype. I guess it's called Skype, like how we're doing. Might
Zoom,
be
Skype,
Zoom. Yeah,
Teams.
we see
Yeah.
that, but is I'm to be honest, I'm not picking up on a visit. He could, or it could be a little further out. I'm just not really picking up on it right now.
Okay. Sunny days. Greetings. Greetings to you. I don't know if you're looking for a reading. Let us know. Um, we are close to signing off here. So if you
Yeah,
do look for a reading, uh, type something in there real quick and we'll get you a reading here before we have to
and
leave.
and if you do, I want the first name. I love the sunny days, but I love how people come up with different things. But
Well, maybe that's her name, Sunny. Her last name is Days.
there you go.
So, all right. So when we wait for Sunny, we just wanted to let everybody know. Thanks for um, tuning in for today's show. Thanks to Lexi, our guest, yoga instructor. We'll see part 2 next week. We hope you liked it. As always, if you have a topic you'd like us to discuss or a question for Shari to answer, put that down in the comments section and we'll try to make that happen. Maybe even talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What divine spirit wants you to say to me at this time? Still no
Okay.
first
So
name, but let's just say it's Sunny.
okay. So let's get in here, Irene. When you said, let's say it's sunny, I heard Irene say, "You're not kidding." Like
All
she
right.
must have a really sunny disposition, very charismatic. Spirit is saying that they love the way that you are able to, it's not that you change your personality into what you think people would like the best, but you really are good at that. You really pick up on energy of other people in a lot of different ways. You pick it up with their body movements, and you can also just feel their energy. Um, when it you might get to the point to where people will start to get on your nerves because you're going to really feel a lot. A lot of empaths will do that, and then a lot of empaths will, become shut-ins and don't want to be around people. Um, but your spirit team is asking you not to be that way. Just put yourself inside of a disco ball when you find that people are bothering you. That's where the mirrors are facing outward. That way, their energy stays with them, and yours can stay with you, because it feels like that you have a if you don't, you're going to have a really strong connection with spirit, and really good at picking up on energy. So you would be a
Oh, okay.
good energy healer if,
All right.
again, if you're not already. So
Excellent. Okay, good reading. So, on that good reading note, it's nice to end with a good one.
yeah.
Appreciate everybody. And again, we will be back next Wednesday, same time, same place,
Yep.
Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Uh, feel free to watch, and we will see you all then.
Okay. All
Take
right.
care.
Bye, everybody.